I am very excited for this next section that we're about to uncover. In this section, we're going to talk about the $1 million message. We're going to go over some of the benefits of creating, crafting, and mastering your $1 million message. In addition to that, we're going to share how some Dave and Yvette were able to utilize this message to 400 times percent their business, and we'll explain exactly how it works. And then towards the end, you will also get a PDF, a little worksheet where you can actually create your own $1 million message. But I urge you not to skip this. I urge you to utilize it, take your time, master it, modify it as the years go by, as your service and your business grows, and use it on your website, your business cards, or anywhere you can present it, because this will separate you from your competition. And if you want to be unique and if you want to charge more for your business, a good 15-20%, not only coming in with a beautiful logo, nice presentable shirt, that will definitely help you, but having this in addition to that will put you way over the top. Once again, developing your own $1 million message will have people asking you about your business versus being that annoying guy in network meetings that all he does is talk about his great numbers for last year, for this month, for his projections for next year. This would completely eliminate that cockiness, and instead people will be wanting to know more about your business, inviting you with ears open to talk about your business by simply crafting this and getting this section correct. So I urge you not to skip this. Take it back, take your time. You can share with me, or join my Facebook group and share with the group. I would love to critique it, give you feedback on it, primarily because this is something that is very important, and it'll take you to a lot of places. It'll help you scale your business. It'll give you clarity. It'll give your team clarity if you don't have one, or whenever you develop a team, it'll give them clarity, which is amazing. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everyone, welcome to your $1 million message course. During this little mini course, we're going to learn how to create a very powerful way to communicate your business to your potential clients. Now, this is going to be very unique. There's a lot of names to the $1 million message, and I will break them down as we go into the next couple of slides. But the most important thing to remember is that by being able to present your business in this way, you would 100% stand out from your competition. You will come across as unique, not just regular like everyone else. For example, if you're a plumber, you'll be on the top 10% in people's eyes just by having a really solid, clear message. Obviously, presenting yourself correctly with a business logo will take you a step above that, but you'll understand a little bit more of what I'm talking about once I start presenting it to you as well. We're also going to go over some of the benefits of crafting and creating your own $1 million message, and how to update it on the regular basis, because times are always changing, your industry is always changing, and we have to obviously always change with our industry. By creating a $1 million message, you'll have so many benefits, but once again, we'll go into it in a few minutes, not to make this video so long. So let's get into it. So what is a $1 million message? A brief description of your service that explains the concept in a way that any listener can understand it quickly and intrigue them to wanting to know more about your service or product if you're selling product. But we're actually doing this for service providers, so this is specifically towards you. And so the question here is, you want to intrigue people to know more. You don't want to be like that annoying guy, like I mentioned earlier, who was in a networking or a party and just talks about himself, who talks about his business, who talks about his projections for next year, the numbers he did last year, last month, and how great everything is. That is annoying. Nobody wants to hear that. The best way to talk about your business is when people invite you to talk about your business. And that's primarily what a $1 million message does. And we'll show you how to craft one, and you'll leave with one by the end of today that you can actually start perfecting, growing, getting better, and improving as the days, weeks, and months come by. So some other names for an elevator pitch: your business pitch, an elevator pitch, a brief outline of your business, an elevator statement, a brief presentation, a crisp presentation. So these are all different names for your $1 million message. The reason why we call it $1 million message is because it has the potential to make you millions if utilized correctly. It is definitely worth investing time into perfecting this message, and you'll get to understand more as we keep moving forward. So here are 10 benefits of having a strong elevator pitch or $1 million message, which is what we call it here. So memorable first impression. Your first impression is your lasting impression. So by crafting your own million dollar message, your business and yourself will have a memorable first impression. Clear communication, time and efficiency, network success, professionalism. You come across a lot more professional. Differentiation. You'll come across different from your competitors, and if you are in the same industry, in the same niche. Confidence booster. Once you're able to express yourself with confidence and you practice your message over and over again, it'll just flow with confidence. You'll be able to speak about your business with confidence, and the growth that comes with it is amazing. Opportunities for growth. Some of the opportunities for growth, for me, for example, when I changed my million dollar message and I started posting it on Facebook, my coaching practice, I right away got a podcast invitation. And I presented all the way through. I did a 45-minute podcast with them interviewing me. And then I got another invitation to speak. This was in a Vietnamese women's group that had over 100,000 women entrepreneurs, which was amazing, pretty cool. And there's a lot more opportunities that came from just having a solid million dollar message. Consistency in messaging. When you don't have a clear way of expressing yourself, you'll find yourself saying different things to different people, therefore confusing yourself and them. By having a clear million dollar message that you use over and over and over again until you're ready to perfect it and move it to the next level, you'll be consistent with your messaging all the way across your website, your flyers, your business cards, your business, and your employees will be clear as well. There's nothing worse than having 10 employees and all of them are going in different directions, not working as a team in unity. But by having a crisp, clear million dollar message, everyone would understand exactly what your job is or what your service is, and everyone will be able to apply. There'll be no more confusion. Focus and clarity. A million dollar message, by crafting it, you'll have to focus as to what it is you do and how you serve your clients. And this alone is gold, because it'll make you a much stronger business owner. It'll make your team a much stronger team as well, because they'll work on unity. There'll be no more confusion once again. So an example of a million dollar message is, I am a jeweler. We sell engagement rings and more. So I can honestly tell you that there's dozens, if not hundreds, of different jewelers. Some focus on rings, some focus on specific kind of rings, some focus on chains, some bracelets, and all kinds of different jewelers out there. So this message is pretty big. And this is what most people say. Also, most people say when you tell them, what do you do? I'm a plumber, or I'm a painter, or I'm a handyman, or whatever it may be. They just say something that puts them in the same level as each and every other competitor, as each and every one of their competitors. And what you want to do in business, you want to be different. You want to be unique. People like working with people who are professional, clear, unique. They don't want to work with the same thing. And if you are presenting yourself as your other competition, then the only thing that you're left to compete with is on price. So you have to sell yourself short to get the jobs, to get the bids. And there's nothing worse than having to downgrade your finances because you're pretty much presenting yourself in the same way that everyone else is. But by crafting a million dollar message, you'll be able to step outside of the competition and you come across a lot more unique, and you'll be able to spark interest in your clients by them asking you, tell me more. Instead of you being that cocky guy, annoying guy that's always talking about his business, you'll have people asking you, tell me more. And when they invite you, it's okay to talk about your business. It'll take you a little while on how to craft the perfect response that would lock down more clients on a regular basis, but it'll be worth 100 times fold, not 10 times fold, but 100 times fold, because you'll be able to enroll and get a lot more people just with a simple strategy. So I'm just a jeweler versus this message. I provide clueless guys who want to purchase a perfect diamond ring, a fast and easy way to instantly access any diamond of the highest quality at the lowest price and the best guarantee in the industry. Now, honestly, for me, this is a little too lengthy, and it's not my pitch. My pitch, I practice it over and over and over until it flowed smooth. I obviously didn't read it that well because it seemed a little lengthy. But the more you practice it, the more you get better. And even though it is lengthy, you want to keep it around 10 seconds. If you go a little over or a little under, it's not that big of a deal, but you don't want to go past too far. You don't want to make it too long. But I'm a jeweler versus I provide clueless guys who want to purchase the perfect diamond, a fast and easy way to instantly access any diamond of the highest quality at the lowest price and the best guarantee in the industry. Now, who will you remember? Whose pitch will you remember more? Pitch A, I'm a jeweler, or pitch B, which has a very well description of their business. Now they know what they do, their employees know what they do, they know what their focus is in, and people want to know more. So this right here leaves people asking, how do you do that? And how do you do that? Or can you tell me more? Or how can I find out more about you? They're opening the doors to knowing more about your business. And this will make you a lot more memorable. And if they don't need your service at that time, they can pass your card to someone who does. You can create a referral system, which is another way of blowing up your business if you do it correctly. I have a lot of other videos on that, but we're not going to make this video too long, and we're just focusing on one thing at a time. So another example, I am a business attorney. Obviously, it's pretty big, just like literally thousands of attorneys out there. If you say I'm an attorney or I'm a lawyer or a business attorney or this divorce lawyer, you're kind of clustering yourself amongst the same people you're competing against. Therefore, you'll be left to only compete on price, because if you're all the same, what are the clients going to say? Your clients are going to say, well, who's the cheapest? If they're all the same, I want to pay the least for the service. That's pretty much how people think, unfortunately, but that is true. So versus, I help clueless business startups who want to set up a proper legal structure that maximizes their tax advantages so that they can increase their potential earning power, securing the financial assistance they need, and instantly growing and developing their market dominating business. Again, for me, it's a little long. If this were to be my business, I would definitely trim it down a little bit, but I would imagine the person that created this elevator pitch or $1 million message has it refined to the point that it rolls off their tongue a lot smoother than me just reading it, being that I'm not the strongest reader. But overall, you can clearly see the difference. Do you want to compete with every single other lawyer, or do you want to be specific as to what you do, who you serve? This is so specific that if there's someone that doesn't need your business, you're going to repel the people that are wasting your time. You repel them, and you invite the people that are actually interested or know someone who needs your business and service. It's just two different ways of presenting your business. I'm a handyman, or I help, or actually there's a lot of different, I was not ready for that, but there's two different ways of handling your business. You can just say, I'm a handyman, I'm a painter, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, I'm a cleaning company, I'm a moving company, or you could just craft a powerful $1 million message that will go deep into detail and separate you from all of those people and leave you on in a section of your own where you can actually price your service at a much more reasonable price for you. So when I learned this, they showed me this case study. It was really powerful, and it did a great job at illustrating how important it is to have a $1 million message. This is definitely not my case study. It was from the group where I learned this. I was taking a course at the time. It was a very knowledgeable, high-ticket course. And this is probably one of the best things that I took from it, that I learned from them. I learned how to craft a $1 million message, so I'm sharing it with you. But you don't have to pay the hundreds of thousands, not the hundreds, the tens of thousands that I paid. So this case study is about Dave and Yvonne, who had a traveling agency. They offer business opportunities where couples can join their line, at which they help them set up an in-house travel agency that book trips and vacations for families. The couples they join organize, they can make a pretty decent income working from home and get some good travel discounts. Unfortunately, Dave and Yvette were not really great at conveying their message, and they really were not able to get a lot of clientele, and they were struggling. Their first $1 million message was, we help people diversify their income portfolio while taking trips, which is better than I'm a travel agent for sure. But at the end of the day, it doesn't have a lot of emotion. It doesn't have a lot to it, or people want to know more. If anything, it confuses people. We help people diversify their income portfolio while taking trips. That's kind of there's not a lot of emotion behind that. It's not really that compelling. In fact, when people hear diversify and portfolio, that already eliminates like 8% of their clientele. They just tune out. A lot of people feel that they have to use higher vocabulary to attract more clients and sound more sophisticated and charge more, when the opposite is true. By using higher vocabulary, you're eliminating and confusing about 80% of your potential clients. By simplifying things and getting straight to the point and getting it really punchy, you're attracting that many more people into your business instead of confusing them. So keep it simple, keep it short, keep it brief. For some reason, business owners think, oh, I just covered this, I apologize. Your future prospects just want to know how your product is going to help them. Keep in mind, there's only one station that all your future prospects have, and we have to always play that station, and that is what's in it for me. Everybody wants to know what's in it for them, period. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes, we might fall in love with our products. Yes, we might fall in love with our service, but in reality, people just want to know what's in it for them. That's the only reason why they're going to open their wallet, nothing else. After finding themselves in the bottom 3% of the travel agency worldwide, they were about to give up. They're giving up hope. That's when they stumbled across the simple system that you're learning right now, the $1 million message. By the end of the presentation, you will leave with a much stronger message that you can utilize and use to have people inviting you to talk about your business, so you don't have to force it in there when it's pretty obvious. When you're forcing things in there, people know when they're being sold to, and people hate being sold to. But you must continue to perfect it. First version is not going to be the best version, just like the one you just saw right here. It wasn't really great. It's better than I'm the travel agent, but we help people diversify their income portfolio while taking trips and vacations. Is not the they can work on it better, and they did work on it better. You'll see the one that's coming up next in a few minutes. I lost myself. Oh, there it goes. I apologize. I'm jumping around too fast. So after finding themselves in the bottom 3% of the travel agency worldwide, I kind of lost myself. So let's recap right here. So it's obviously important to continue to refine your system day after day, week after week, even month after month, if necessary, because it will be the beacon to your business. It will open up opportunities for you. You will be separating yourself from the herd. You will not be competing with just price alone. Once you separate yourself from the 80 or 90% of the people who are just saying this, I am that, I do this, I do that, you'll definitely separate yourself and have a lot more business in the long run. After writing her $1 million message and working on it for some time, Yvette called us screaming with excitement. She said, guys, I nailed it. She told us that she was at a doctor's appointment earlier in the morning. And when she went to the receptionist to check in, the receptionist recognized her and asked her, what have you been up to nowadays? She decided there and then to try her new elevator pitch for the first time. We help people make a fortune while taking dream vacations. Big upgrade. She said the entire dentist office shut down, her exact words. A powerful $1 million message to make your prospects want to know more about your products or service, inviting you to talk about it, separating you from other competition, and repelling the people that are just going to waste your time. She stated that right after she said it, two dentist technicians came out of their treatment room and asked her, how do you do that? I had three patients who were sitting in the waiting room and overheard me walk up to me and immediately asked for my business card. It was incredible, she said. We help people make a fortune while taking dream vacations. Now that's a lot more compelling. It is short, it is brief, it grabs attention, it makes people want to know more, it makes people want to ask, can I know more? How do you do that? And more questions, which is how you're able to sell your business without coming across salesy. And you're super clear as well on your message, which is it's just a win-win all the way across. Do not skip on this powerful tool that you can use to grow your business. It might take you a little while to perfect it. It might be uncomfortable at the beginning, but obviously we know that there is no growth inside the comfort zone. In order to expand, to grow, you have to get outside of your comfort zone. And this here will be worth it 100%. By the end of the first month of them using this new $1 million message, Yvette said their company grew, sorry, their travel agency sales grew 400%. They went from 5 figures annually income to a 6-figure monthly income. And that is the power of having that is the power behind having a powerful $1 million message. You'll have more people wanting to do business with you because if you put on your website, it'll make people want to know more. If you put it on your business card and you're handing it out and people read it, they'll want to know how you do it. Well, they'll either text you, email you, or send you a message. Same thing if you're doing it on your flyers. It'll make people want to know how do you do. They just use, if you do it correctly and you keep working on it enough and you follow this structure system, it's a 6-step simple system, you'll be able to craft your own $1 million message and perfect it short in no time. So how could a $1 million message become a beacon for your business? It should have your ideal prospect ask you, how do you do that? We've already covered this, so I'm not going to cover much more on that. While repelling other people who won't do business with you, I hate personally people that waste my time, and I get plenty. Some people are just lonely and want to waste my time, but a strong $1 million message will definitely repel the people that are not looking to spend money with you, but waste your time. It should also reduce disputes. So this is if you have a team. If you don't have a team, it'll give you super focus, super clarity. But if you have a team and they all know exactly what your mission and your message is, it would eliminate confusion dramatically. That's why you may need to spend hours, days, weeks, perhaps even months to develop and refine your $1 million message, because it's so worth it. There will always be a new and a better way of expressing it, especially as you're changing, as your business is growing, as you're adding new services, as you're adding new team, a bigger team. There's always ways of improving it. So it's always good to keep an eye out and see what other people are using. Most people do not use this tool. They just say, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a banker, I'm a broker, I'm a tax. Most people don't use it, so they're missing out dramatically. If you want to stay ahead of your competition, just separate yourself from them. Don't even be in the same table. Just separate yourself. Don't classify yourself as a juror or just a lawyer or just a doctor. Just break yourself away from the competition, and you won't be in competition with them. You will be an elite section all by yourself. So as enough talking about $1 million message, we're going to go straight into the work frame, which is quite simple. You should also have received a worksheet with all these steps so that you can just start writing it down. But for now, just grab a pen and paper and fill it out on a blank sheet of paper. So step one, you have to decide, is it you or is it we? Are you a solopreneur or do you have multiple employees? For me, is I help, frustrated. So you will have to use I if it's you, or we if it's a team. And who do you help? You can pick any of these words. Do you teach? Do you review? Do you provide? Do you consult with? Do you assist? Do you support? Do you give awards? So pretty much you have to pick one of these words. And you're not limited to these words. This is the only some suggestions. You can always go to ChatGPT and pick up other more powerful words, but I'm trying to keep this simple as of now. So that's just the first step. For me, it was once again, I help frustrated business owners. Step two will be negative emotion. You help them with. What do you help? So frustrated business owners is what I used, but there's furious, there's overwhelmed, there's clueless, there's demanding, there's frightening, there's struggling, there's angry. And all these emotions are what people are trying to avoid. So you want a little bit of going to what problem are you solving, in better words. Step number three is identify your client's description. I'm actually in the business industry, so I help handyman. I can get really niche down specifically, or I can say service providers if I want to go a little more broad. And if I want to go even broader, I can say business owners. But money's in the niches. So it's always good to niche down whenever possible. So you could say young adults, you could say chronic pain, if that's what you're doing. You could say overweight men or women or wife, whatever you want, you can niche down as much as you can. So that's step number three. Step number four is, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to help them with? Are they trying to increase their profits? Are they trying to find an honest plumber, such a suggestion? Are they trying to find love? Are they trying to get into a wedding dress? Or what is it that you help them with? Step number four. Number five is, what is the solution? Discovering a process, learning a fast and easy way, or create the perfect solution. You got to add, what is it that you help them with to make it a little more clear. You can, once again, pick anything here, or you can go to ChatGPT, Claude, any artificial intelligence, and play around with these words a little bit more. And I suggest you play around with it as much as you can until your gut tells you this is it. Because your gut will tell you when you found something that you feel super comfortable with. And the final step is so that is very important. What do you do this for? Why do you want to take away this pain from them? I help overweight people lose. That was a pretty bad example. Why do you want to help people lose weight? So that they can fit into the clothes they used to when their size when they were in their 20s, so that they can feel magical, confident, energetic, so that they can live a longer life. You want to add so that so you take away the pain so they could enjoy. So what? There's two things that we have in common as human beings. There's over 8 billion of us in this planet, or 7 billion. I forget what the number is because it keeps changing. But that's a lot of us. And there's something that we all have in common. We all love pleasure and we all have pain. That's one thing that we can all understand in any language, in any country, in anywhere in the world. As human beings, we love pleasure, we hate pain. So This right here will be able to touch those very deep emotions and get people to ask you how, or can I know more, or can you tell me a bit more about it? And once again, the goal is to be able to get them to see you as a person standing on their own, not a person standing with like 100 competitors. You are unique on your field, and you want to present yourself as unique in your field. So that's why it's very important to be like a doctor and go in and start dissecting every single section, playing with it, run it by ChatGPT. And I say ChatGPT because it's the most popular AI at the moment of this recording, but there's a lot of other great AIs as we speak. Microsoft has one as well, which is ChatGPT 4 for free. Google has their own artificial intelligence, and there's Claude as well. And there's a bunch of others coming out every month. So there will always be a new way of expressing yourself depending on your industry, but there's always industry changes. There's always concerns that come up with the media where you might have to tweak your more than one occasions, but always keep an eye out for it. Always try to improve it whenever you can. Once again, your gut is your best. You're highlighting the situation, and you want to make sure that they're really good at expressing it, because when you speak it and express it with confidence, people will be able to see it in your eyes, in your face, and the way you communicate yourself, therefore separating yourself dramatically from your competition. And you won't be standing amongst the same people that you're competing with, so you can set a higher price. Well, that's pretty much all that I have. Congratulations, you have made it this far. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at alfredocornelio@gmail.com, or you can join my free Facebook group, or follow my page, and you can direct message me with any questions or concerns. I am working on creating a support team for this course, and I will, as soon as I get it, everyone's going to get an email blast once I find out a better way of communicating. As of right now, this is what I have. I hope this helped you, and I hope you use this powerful tool. Have a wonderful day.